Milk Crate Marauder.
Hey, don't get him started. He's about to say the N-word.
You stupid bastard.
What's in the news?
Colin Ferguson, the man who is accused of killing 6 people
Genius.
on the Long Island Railroad. You want to work with him?
Yeah, I want him in my movie.
He is about to start his defense today. He's representing himself in court, and the prosecution has rested its case after presenting a number of eyewitnesses who fingered Colin as the shooter.
Ooh.
What?
Fingered Colin.
Oh, gee.
That's sexy.
Will you just calm down? Anyway, he's been identified by a number of people.
Was he fingered? I didn't know you could finger a guy. I really didn't know that.
Hey now.
Right.
Well, anyway, he's been identified by a number of people, and the prosecution has rested his case. Now, Colin will only call, from my understanding, 5 or 6 witnesses, but his star witness is going to be himself.
That's going to be great. Is that going to be on TV today?
I don't know. He will call himself to the stand, however, but he cannot examine himself. He cannot question himself. Well, anyway, he's going to have one of his legal advisors do the questioning of himself as he sits on the stand. I don't know. He seems to think that his case is going quite well so far. I really do believe he thinks he's pretty much got it licked at this point, and his testimony, I suppose he thinks, will seal the case for him, and he will get an acquittal. I don't know why he's going to open himself up to cross-examination by the prosecuting attorneys, but it should be interesting.
Somebody doesn't fix his equipment, I'm going to go on the Long Island Railroad.
I love all the court analysts who say, actually, he's done very well on cross-examination during the first part of the trial, asked some very key questions.
Really?
And didn't make any mistakes.
Really? Gee, it looked kind of dopey to me. Hey, Colin, you hear that?
I would like to call me to the stand.
Yes.
Was I me when you were you that day when you were busy watching I Shoot People?
Right.
Do you see you in the train that day? I do not.
So what are they saying? That any mental case can be a...
Well, so far, his marks are better than Chris Darden's or Johnnie Cochran.
Yes.
So, in terms of black lawyering, Colin Ferguson is doing the best.
Yeah. Very admirable. Too bad he didn't kill a zillion people.
Role model.
Role model. Excellent role model.
Anyway, here's a little bit of his opening statement.
There were 93 counts to that indictment. 93 counts, only because it matches the year 1993.
See,
wow.
There's a big conspiracy surrounding him. So he had 93 counts against him because it was the year 1993.
Wow.
And if you look at me, I have more hair than Marsha Clark.
Oh my.
So yesterday he only called this one witness, and then he couldn't decide whether to call his next witness, which would be himself.
Right.
He's having some kind of an argument with the judge. He says he hasn't had time to prepare the case.
Right.
But the judge said, well, you had time to go on the Today Show and all these other shows. You had the whole weekend to do publicity on yourself. Why didn't you prepare for your case? So the judge gave him 24 hours to decide whether he wants to take the stand or not, and we will hear that decision today. Yesterday in court, Colin also stood up after this one witness left the stand and asked that the case be dismissed because very few of the people who were shot on the Long Island Railroad could identify him as the shooter.
How great will it be if Colin Ferguson, like the Marx Brothers movie, actually puts himself on the stand, jumps up, and starts asking himself questions? I mean, how great will that be? That'll be the single greatest thing anyone has ever done in the world.
Or a mirror or some wacky.
Something wacky where he gets up, he jumps up, and he goes, well, did you shoot these people? He runs over his chair, and he's like, how could I have shot them? I was not even in this area. Okay. So you do admit that you are not the shooter? Of course I am not the shooter. So then who are you? Would you repeat the question? I said, who are you? I am the other Colin Ferguson.
Your Honor, I have a hostile witness.
All right.
Steady.
Answer the question. Answer the question, reggae man. Don't you call me that. He is a racist, Your Honor.
He was so funny because he said in court while he was trying to get the case dismissed that this was not a hate crime or a race crime because I submit that one of the victims was Hispanic and one of the victims was also of African descent. So it doesn't seem to me there was any targeting of other people or certain people by this shooter.
The shooter, let me qualify. I have not had time to talk to me yet. I need to discuss my testimony with myself.
Very good.
It was very funny because the prosecuting attorney stood up and said, "Excuse." Well, I understand on Larry King, he did say that all the witnesses were nuts.
Could be.
Then you do admit it.
He's going to call you as a witness. I wish he'd call me as a witness.
I would love to come in and testify.
Me too. I'll go with you.
Robin Quivers stole the gun while I slept.
They should get a cover charge to see this trial. It's so good they should put it on pay-per-view. I swear.
We should be making money. I see that they're also having problems with the OJ case. It's costing a lot of money. They say it's cost $2 million already.
Put it on pay-per-view.
And they're having to go to the state to ask them to pay for it because they don't know where the money in the sheriff's budget, at least, is going to come from.
1.7 mil. What's up?
They had one day they had one of the women who got shot on the train.
Yeah.
And she was being interrogated by Colin Ferguson, and then she said something and he objected.
Yeah.
And the judge is so cool.
He objected to his own question.
Right. Yeah.
I saw that.
I did too.
But the woman got all flustered, and the judge reached over and he put his hand on the woman's hand, sort of like. He looked at her like, listen, I know he's nuts. You know he's nuts. Let's just get through this.
Let's get through this together.
I would like to ask you, withdraw.
Yeah, that was great. He says to her, I saw it too. He was like, now, you said that you saw the shooter. Who was the shooter? She says, well, you were. He goes, I object. So the judge goes, well, you can't object. You asked the question.
Yeah, that was your own question.
And then he looks at the judge like, well, thanks a lot. Well, why don't you just sink my entire defense?
I want to cross-examine Robin. Now, Robin, you tell the truth. Were you or were you not upset by the picture in Howard's book?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
I was
You're
very
under oath.
upset.
You're under oath.
Very, very upset.
Right.
I think it was Colonel Mustard in the library with the lead pipe that killed these people on the train. The train.
Oh, let's go on. So
Go on. I don't like that testimony. I object.
Train.
Go ahead.
Those two cases are continuing.
The choo-choo train.
Who this?
Hey, on our phone right now is Colin Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson.
Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, suddenly everybody wants to talk to me.
Yes.
I mean, Mr. Ferguson.
Right, Mr. Ferguson. I'm not
Your
gonna.
client, yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and.
You want to talk to my client, Mr. Ferguson.
Right, Mr. Ferguson. Now, everyone saw you shoot. You are the man who went on the Long Island Railroad, a black man. You shot up white people. You are a mental case.
Those white devils.
What white devils? You're now admitting.
I love this country.
Yeah.
Mass murder equals superstar.
Yeah, now
Book deal made for TV movie. White America loves to blame their troubles on a sleeping black man.
All right, now listen
Now,
to
in
me.
my sworn testimony,
Right.
in my deposition,
You deposed yourself?
I minded my own business on the 533 out of Hicksville.
All right, here's what I want to do with you.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to give you a forum now to tell me
Yes, man.
exactly what happened that night. Defend yourself, will you?
There were 94 counts against me
Right.
because it was the year 1994.
Right.
Who this?
Cash.App, $, milk, crate, marauder. Venmo, @milk, crate, marauder.
You stupid bastard.
It's ridiculous, and we have to watch them because they are sneaky, and they sneak attacked us. They sneak attacked us, so we watch them now like hawks. They cannot be trusted, the Japanese, with their own military. They have no military. We won't let them.
The Japs hate people.
Thank you, Red.
Godless.
They won't even open their eyes.
You can't learn from history. You're condemned to repeat it.
Right.
I won't even honor this with a discussion.
You'll discuss it with me. You know that judge that was on the case? He was a spy. Ito.
Ito was a spy.
He was a Jap spy.
Ito.
Clear thinking.
I better believe it. They got coin slots for eyes. They can't look into their souls because they don't have any souls.
You were in World War II, right, Red?
I was in the big one.
World War II.
WW2.
Right.
Okinawa.
You were there.
Don't tell me. I know about Okinawa. Okinawa, that was hell.
And so you don't trust them?
Sneaky little bastards. Bone straight hair, too. Black hair. The girls are nice, the little ones.
Thank you, Red.
You know they call it lape.
Oh,
that's ridiculous. That's inappropriate.
That is the stupidest thing
That's
you've ever
inappropriate.
You shoot them and you stab them. The little rice eaters, they won't stop.
Let me go on.
Yellow makes my red blood boil.
He's still living World War II.
I know.
And that's not right.
You climb back into a foxhole.
Yeah, we're at peace.
Why don't you go to a cemetery and jump in an open hole? Improve the quality of life around here. I hate yellow. It's not my fault. I'm a product of World War II. I step on canaries.
Okay, thanks, Fred.
Whoopi Goldberg is going to be the host of this year's 1996 Oscars, tapped by Quincy Jones, who is the new producer of the show. Here is Quincy.
Gee, that was a real good choice. Whoopi Goldberg, she really was quite the stunning host. I mean,
maybe he thinks he knows what was wrong with that performance.
He can fix her.
And he can fix it.
There's nobody else that could host the Oscars but Whoopi Goldberg?
That old pig.
Hey, guys, put away your boner for 4 hours during that telecast. Whoopi's in town. Hard to believe.
Whoopi, there are people who get turned on by Whoopi.
I like to see James Brown beat Whoopi.
Oh, stop it, Red.
Is Rodney King acting up? Why don't you make him the host, Quincy?
You know, you're
He'd
really...
be funny to watch.
You're a stupid man, Red.
I'm a stupid man, huh? A very stupid man. She looks like they beat her already.
Singer Trini Lopez.
I wouldn't know the difference before and after. Look like the same thing.
Red.
Talk. You talk.
Singer Trini Lopez, accused of beating a former girlfriend, pleaded innocent to a misdemeanor battery charge on Friday in Indio, California. A pre-trial hearing is set for December 7th.
Indio.
I'd rather hump Trini than Whoopi.
Well, nobody... You know what, Red? Nobody is asking you. Nobody.
I'm kind of interested.
You know you're hurting me, Robin.
I thought that was the idea of having them in here.
A hot-headed Hispanic. That's real rare, you know.
And finally this morning, opera diva Jessie Norman is suing a magazine for $3 million, contending that an article portrayed her as fat and stupid. In the lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court in Manhattan, the soprano sued Classic CD Magazine and 2 publishing companies. The lawsuit says the magazine portrayed Norman in a grotesque and exaggerated manner.
Is she fat? I mean, I don't know her.
A heavy-set woman.
Yeah.
The lawsuit says the magazine reported her speech in a manner to ridicule and caricature her and all persons of African-American background and descent. Apparently got stuck in swinging doors, according to the article.
Did she?
Although the story was not true.
Oh.
And Norman said they knew it wasn't true, but they went ahead and reported it anyway.
Well, that is not right. She deserves $5 billion.
Somebody hit her lunch. That's why she's so PO'd.
Oh, Red, you'd say it.
What about Nancy Sirianni? You got any news about her?
She's in a suing mood. I'm not saying anything.
That's right. Stay away, man.
Fat opera singer. They had to grease her up just to get her in a cab.
That's all I've got to say today.
Me too, baby.
Obviously, Red, very misunderstood by everyone.
You can't talk no more. You can't say nothing.
Now, listen, if they said she couldn't fit through the door, and what they'll do is they'll bring the doors into the court, and they'll see if they can fit through. If she fits through, she'll get paid.
No, it isn't a matter of whether she can fit through a door or not. Did she ever get stuck? as they reported.
I see. So how are they going to prove that, Robin?
She says it never happened, and they know it never happened, so they would have to say, yes, it happened here. We have witnesses who saw it.
Oh, and I suppose her using the hubcap for a diaphragm story ain't true either. She hits those notes for Twinkies. They bribe her. They hold her, and the conductor holds a Twinkie in front
Why
of
don't
her.
you admit it, Red? You don't even know who she is, do you?
You've never even heard of her.
You never even heard of her. You don't even know who she is.
She's the one that eats lasagna with a snow shovel.
All right. All right, very good. Okay, one more bad joke. Thank you, Red.
You're killing me, Red.
Yeah, you're a really funny guy.
Who this?
Milk crate.
Huh?
Milk crate marauder.
You stupid bastard.
Hello, you! This is Marge Schott, ex-owner of the Cincinnati
N-word.
Mr. Benvenides?
Yes?
Who would have guessed you could accept my entire wheelchair in your tuckers?
Oh, gee.
Hey, there is his father now. Hello, boy. Hello, homie. Hey, man, fuck you. And fuck the police.
When I talk, my balls rattle.
I bet they do. Rattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zulu.
Where's Al Michaels? Well, Howard, when I hit the golf ball, I pretended Skiff's face.
Oh, all right.
Billy. I am John. Cardinal O'Connor.
Fuck you! Don't talk back to me!
Lousy yellow rat bitch. I got no use for women.
Ooh, look at you. Oh, dear, come to me, big boy.
I want to apologize to all the
N-word.
Oh, wait a minute.
happiest and most holy of all seasons.
Hi, this is Pete Fornatel. Fuck you, Pete.
N-word.
Welcome.
Yo, JD.
N-word. N-word.
Yes, ma'am.
N-word.
Yes.
N-word.
N-I-G-G-A, you motherfucker.
Say it, don't spray it, porcupine. Don't you want to become as famous as your friend Malcolm Ten?
Hey, Bree, are those your hands or are those claws? They look like claws. Mr. Giuliani.
That's Giuliani.
All men could be powerful if it wasn't for you lowly yellow rat bitches spreading your legs around.
We hung with the six-pack, Jimmy Davis Jr., Don Martin. Hey, don't tell me I can't remember these people. What is this shit?
Don't hit me again, Mrs. Helmsley.
What?
Oh, hey, Suze, you're such a kidder. Ixnay, you Ixnay.
Oh, McGoo, you're stiff as a board.
Hurry up in there. My 39-year-old eggs aren't getting any younger.
Coming, Kathy.
Bagels and lox.
Hey, who is that ugly broad? Janet Joplin? I wouldn't her with Shemp's.
Now, you know how I handled depression?
How's that, Jackie Puppet?
I smoke pot and throw urine in my mother's face.
Who this? Huh?
One of the interns just asked me if B. West was available to date. Yeah, Billy and her had gotten a divorce. Billy just got yelled at during the commercials.
I heard. I went out in the hall and I saw a closed door and they said V had Billy on the phone.
He was yelling at him.
What did he do?
No, I don't know what he did.
What did she yell at you for, Billy?
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Yeah, what did you get yelled at for?
I'm squirming as it is.
Is it really? He's nervous about going home and stuff. You got to do what I do. Just go home. Hey, it's your castle, pal.
What are you talking about the next 5 minutes?
Yeah, right. What?
I thought Billy was like,
What kind of relationships do you guys have?
But Billy, don't you pay all the bills? Don't you put the roof over her head? Don't you put the food in her mouth?
you cannot hold that over their heads, Robin. You have no idea.
No, they do.
Partnership.
I tell my wife that, and she goes, yeah, but what do I do? I go, well, what? What do you do?
Why would you be nervous about going home?
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
there are days
You're home.
I used to get nervous about going home after I do stuff on the radio. Go home. They get over it.
What's she gonna do?
You know what it's like having that nervous feeling when you used to go to school? You have that nervous feeling. Oh, I gotta go home.
Or going home to your parents after, like the school has sent home a letter.
Teach her a lesson. Don't go home for a week. She'll be looking for you.
They found the broken window.
Tell her you'll come home when she apologizes to you.
I don't know. What are you afraid of?
It just gets hairy, you know?
Oh, God.
You gotta be like Robin. Just go in the house and yell at everybody.
Kick a cat across the room.
No, I would never kick a cat.
You kick a human before you kick the cat.
That's right.
I refuse to get into a relationship with my wife where I gotta be afraid to see her. When the day that comes, I'm out the door, pal. You understand?
Hey, hi. We videotaped Billy on the phone.
Yeah.
For the e-camera.
Right.
And it was really funny. He was just like, I'm sorry, honey. I'm really sorry.
He didn't do anything.
What did you do?
I think we got a miscommunication going about the Jessica Hahn bathtub incident.
Oh man, even that gets you in trouble.
Well, no, I think in my mind, fight. In my mind, I recall being in that bathroom watching the hijinks that day.
Right.
And I came home and I said, "Yeah, I was right there," and I just and I seem to remember her getting mad at me for that, but she doesn't recall that. So.
Well, every man driving
what's the big deal?
Every man driving in his car knows that she probably did, and now she said she didn't because it's just the way women are.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't want to come out and say that because maybe I'm wrong.
You could be wrong, right?
Billy sounds like a guy testifying before Congress.
I know. You think he was on his...
to recall, but my recollection is fuzzy, and I'm not sure the way I remember.
I don't want to be a statistic. I want a marriage that will last for a long time.
Well, good luck to you.
How long has it been?
Yeah.
Too long.
How long you been married?
A couple years.
Is that right?
Yeah. He would apologize to her.
And it's
Why don't you
still
apologize?
as it was right at the very beginning.
We don't have that.
You want me to write it out for you?
No, next you'll be painting this picture that it's such a miserable existence, but it's good.
No, give it 20 years.
We're only going on what you're giving us.
You want 20 years?
No, I'd like to have a 20-year.
I think you take your advice from me, man. Don't get pussy whipped.
It sounds like you guys are talking about prison. You want 20 years?
Yeah. 20 to life?
No time off for good behavior.
Oh, man.
I don't walk in my house nervous.
Isn't that your best friend, Billy?
Honey, I love you. Come home tonight.
Isn't it your best friend, your wife?
She's my partner and my pal.
But what is she your best friend?
Don't say partner, man. The lawyer hears that 50% out the window without even talking about it.
Did you get a prenup?
Got a calendar?
You got a prenup, Billy?
A prenup?
Yeah. No?
No.
All right. Anyway,
You didn't.
I got married 20 years ago. I had nothing.
It was before prenup.
Yeah. If I had known what I know now, Allison would still be signing documents. She'd be signing a document a day. That's right.
No,
I like a guy. He goes, yes, my wife's my partner, yeah. From what I can figure is you're Ren and you're Stempy, right? You do both voices? Yeah. Which voice is she doing? That's right. It's like Nancy is Jackie's partner. She's in the basement licking the envelope so Jackie's envelopes go out.
The art director.
Yes, the art director.
Sure that Jackie has to spend a lot of money on production.
There you go. That's right. When she gets the acting bug, Jackie's got to put up the money.
She must be sound asleep.
2 hours, Billy. That's when Billy leaves here and has to go home. All right. Countdown.
Man,
Going there. Make that 2 hours, 2 minutes.
Maybe the governor will call.
You hear him later. Robin haven't got one more news story.
I think Billy's still worried about me, and he doesn't care.
No. Dude, would you get over it? What is the big deal, man?
Bringing the room down.
Stop being a pussy.
Whether or not we had that thing with the Jessica Hahn room.
Are we back in this?
I gotta explain for the record. My wife is V is really cool about me going to scores or rub downs or anything. She really is.
All right.
So.
And there won't be a bathtub here on Friday.
Dude, wake up.
Okay.
You're a mess.
Get back in the show.
Get back into the show. We're not talking about your wife anymore and Jessica Hahn.
I'm hung up.
Wow.
Dude, wow. Is this the biggest problem you got?
You guys are lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah? Jesus. Billy, I've never seen you like
This
this.
be a big deal. Come on.
He's sweating. Little man, big problems. It must be tough for you to get broads.
Problem.
Mellow out.
Come on, B.
Shake it.
Come on, B. Please. Forgive me.
Hey, Jackie does a Billy impression.
I don't do any impressions.
Well, that was a good one.
That one just came flying out.
Come on, B.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, B, I'm really funny. If you just learn to shut your crap up for a while, maybe we could have a better relationship. But we'll get you a total a-hole yourself. I'm embarrassed for both of us.
I do the worst impression.
Come on, B.
Man.
Is she going to be calling every commercial break?
Yeah.
She's on hold.
No. No, it's not true.
I've been there, so I'm not saying anything.
You have?
Sure. Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, everybody has. Except for Fred, apparently.
Your wife has been on the phone when you come off the air?
No.
I never had that.
But see, she would never do that. I would know.
Yeah, hang up on
She doesn't have to call. I would
You know that you were in for it when you get home.
Right.
I know my wife's mad at me right now.
You know what I get a lot of
Who cares?
They don't have to be on hold for you to know they're on hold.
You know what I get my ass kicked for? You know what I get a
It's
lot of...
ridiculous. So a big deal. I mean, it's not like we revealed something big.
No, this isn't a breach of...
This is a stupid little thing.
Good Lord, these wives.
It's amazing.
I always say to my wife, hey, you guys can handle it like this. I go to my wife, she goes, why'd you have to bring that up? I go, you like your car? What? You like your car? Don't bring this up. I go, no. This is everything, honey. This is what I do for a living. This is what I did for a living when I met you in college. This is what I plan to do for a living for the rest of my life. And this is what I'm going to be doing for a living 20 years from now. You got to start yelling. Yeah, here's a message for all your wives. Right now. From me, Howard. You don't like... You can't tell me what to do through your husbands. I'll fire every one of your husbands before I cave into your pressures. All of you, throw your radios out and don't listen. You're forbidden. We have to get up for this to make a living. Why do they have to get up? I say that to my wife. Why do you get up?
Would you be up listening to this if you didn't have to be here?
No, I would never listen to this show if I didn't have to be here. The show, quite frankly, bores me. It's a stupid show. It's fun if you're stuck in your car and you got to listen to something. But for God's sakes, if you didn't have to listen to it, what would you listen to it for?
Just reap the benefits and be happy.
Right. The whole show is miserable. Everything about it is about the misery in our lives. There's nothing funny about it. And then when the one good thing happens, we get rubbed out.
It's about them laying there sleeping through this, and they're up listening.
Right. If I was married to me, I would never listen to me. All right, Jackie, shut up. Oh, nobody finds you funny. And you write on the papers you're funny.
Who this?
Cash.App, $, milk, crate, marauder. Venmo, @milk, crate, marauder.
You stupid bastard.
You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Howard.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you, because you've been talking about movie theaters lately, I had a pretty scary experience one time in Times Square Theater. I had just taken a girl to the movies, and when I walked in, it's that Sony Theater, so it's huge theater. And when I walked in, these guys are going crazy, running and screaming around the theater. They were literally, I swear to God, doing backflips up the aisle. I thought I was at a circus, you know?
Yeah.
So we sit down, the movie starts, and all of a sudden, they keep talking throughout the whole movie. And
who's they?
Now, who's they? Are we referring to black people?
Well, yeah, I guess so. African-Americans.
African-American. All right, go ahead.
You said it, not me, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just want to know what you're talking about.
Oh, of course. We have to clarify this.
Them. Right, Mrs. Schott?
Yeah, them. Scary.
N-word.
Oh, shut up.
They're scary.
Mrs. Schott, this is not a racist program. You can take that racism. You can take that racism and throw it out the window.
I'm sorry.
We're all here as brothers.
All right, yeah, you're right.
And just because you have a problem with some of the baseball players that work for you.
I wish they were black Vulcans. I really do. And then they behave themselves.
All right,
no
thank
emotion.
you. All right.
They wouldn't go crazy.
The guy's trying to tell a story.
So the movie starts, of course, they're talking very loudly and such. The girl I'm with, she yells out, "Will you shut the F up?"
Oh, my God. Oh, don't you love that?
Howard, my stomach turned right upside down.
A brave woman.
I love women when they do that.
Yeah, well, my wife my wife doesn't really see color, as far as I can tell. And
colorblind.
She would actually turn around and yell at black people in a movie theater for talking. And, she'll yell, but I'm the one who's got to defend her.
Right.
Exactly.
Who
That's
needs
what
that?
I love. The women always, they're like, what are you doing?
Did you should have just punched your girlfriend and shown the black guys that you...
She really wasn't even my girlfriend. It was just like a date.
I would have turned around and chopped her head off. I would have just said,
Of course, they came right up to us. They came on. What's the matter, man? They left their seats and they came over to us.
Right.
And they don't even talk to her. They address you.
Right.
Oh, cool. Well, of course, they were making fun of me. They're like, what's wrong with your pussy-ass boyfriend? This and that. What's the matter with your homo?
Right.
And I didn't say a word. I was terrified.
So what did you do, just sit there and take it?
Basically,
yeah. You got to do that. That's what I would do.
She kept yelling at him, She was pretty forceful.
Oh, and she said, hey, he's no pussy-ass homo?
She didn't say that.
Right.
That probably was. So she So they go, "You're dead" after the movie.
Oh, you know you can really enjoy the movie.
Exactly. I can't even remember what the movie was.
They don't want to interrupt your movie viewing.
Yeah, you're dead after the movie.
You'd be safer in Rikers.
Did you sit there through the whole movie? I would have just snuck out.
Probably should have left then. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, why would you hang around and watch what movie was it that was so
That's
important?
The thing, I can't even remember. I'm trying to remember the story, and it was so long ago. But I was just so scared. I didn't even remember.
So what happened? So you watched the whole movie and you were shaking in your pants.
Yeah, I remember it was some kind of horror movie.
But did they come after you after the movie?
Well, yes and no. They followed us for a couple blocks, but they kept trying to scare us, but they really didn't hurt us.
Right.
But it really was. I was like, but the whole thing of them doing backflips.
I'd go down the aisle on my belly like a snake. I mean, you wouldn't even know what I was doing.
Nobody would see you leave.
Oh no, it'd be like Vietnam. Now listen, I grew up in a black neighborhood, and listen, we've been talking about this for a couple of days. One of the rules is, people don't like to talk about this because we'd like to all think it's a perfect world and, things like this don't happen. But I think most white people know not to go to these new black movies.
Yeah.
Like the Spike Lee or this new John Singleton movie. I think they know to stay home because black people do get agitated at the movies.
You act like it's not dangerous for me to go to these movies.
Yes, it is.
And I resent it.
Well, you are very different from most people. From all people, you're different.
I'm different from all people.
From all people, regardless of race.
I'm from Vulcan.
You're from Vulcan. Let me see your ears. So the point is that I think most people know to stay away from these theaters when, and that's true, and you make a good point. And most black people even know who are, hard-working black people who have to,
You're talking in code again.
Yeah, code. You understand what I'm saying?
One.
The good black people. No, listen what I'm saying. No, I even know good black people who have to talk in a movie.
You're absolutely right. I just talked to a friend of mine.
Something happens because I am telling you, I've been in the theater. I've seen a lot of black people talk to the screen during the movie.
They can't help it.
They do. They can't.
Oh, thank you.
No, the guy is not a racist. He's just trying to tell you what happens to him in the theater. A lot of the people there,
people change.
They do start yelling at the theater. They start yelling at the screen. And I've seen this ever since I was young. And a lot, even during a movie that isn't violent, they'll say, look out. Even during like an Alfred Hitchcock movie, they'll start talking to the guy on the screen. Watch it. It's in the shower.
Oh, slap that bitch.
Yeah.
Commentary. Oh, slap that bitch.
Right.
That bitch wouldn't get away with that.
He got a gun.
Right. I mean, some of the people there do think the movie's real. Then they start talking to the screen. And you do want to turn around and say, look, sir, I don't think they can hear you on the screen. You do want to say that, but you don't because then it will be a fight.
God forbid.
Oh, man, and your girlfriend. Oh, my God.
You didn't go out with her again.
Oh, no.
Because my wife will turn around and start shushing black people, and I am, like, out of my mind because,
Excuse me?
Yeah. Excuse me?
Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Wow!
So I know to keep my mouth shut. I rarely go to the movies.
Especially because it's a dark room, and you don't know what's going to go on in there.
Right. Oh, boy. And you can get caught in the crossfire.
Absolutely.
Tom Chiusano went to the movies in Yonkers. He said that two black women got in a fight during a movie. Now, they were sitting next to each other, and they started fist fighting. And you wonder, like, you're supposed to sit there quiet and watch. How could you get in a fight during a movie? What would you be fighting about?
You're supposed to be watching the screen.
And he tried to get up and break it up, and everyone said, just sit down. I mean, if you know, even an usher won't come over and break it up because you get killed.
It's a 2-hour Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, right, yeah.
He's sitting in there.
Jerry Springer's smart. He just gets all the black people on and tells
Jerry
them to
goes
fight
back
there.
to the back of the auditorium,
Yeah.
and he has security guards.
Exactly.
I heard a couple of Tom's stories. He's pretty brave.
Yeah, he's real brave. He talking about a pussy. I mean, Jerry Springer run. Oh, you mean Tom? I was talking about Jerry Springer.
Oh, no, not Jerry Springer. I hate that guy.
No, Tom isn't brave. He's stupid. There's a difference. Tom is so dumb he doesn't know what to do in a movie theater.
You can't count that as bravery.
Right.
Hey, Chimo Samo, give me them goobers. They're my goobers.
When you don't know the danger you're putting yourself in, is it really brave?
Yeah. No, but I've gone to a lot of movies. And then the whole new wave of black filmmakers who make these movies that show the white man as a bad man, and it's exaggerated. It's always, the black guys are minding their own business. It's ridiculous. They're
just trying to get along.
They're just trying to get along, make a living, and this and that, And all of a sudden, the evil white man comes along and starts in and victimization, unbelievable victimization in every film. A college campus, the white people are victimized, and black people get upset.
at this, which they, listen, you're right to be upset. The filmmaker's trying to get you upset.
But, I've seen, as you said yesterday, I've seen Jewish people watch films about Nazis.
About Schindler's List.
Marched into ovens.
They don't
return. Their children are being taken away.
They don't beat up anybody in the theater.
They don't do cartwheels down the aisle.
In Cleveland, they just had an incident with this new John Singleton movie where, I guess a couple of white guys are sitting there trying to watch the movie, and listen, a couple of black guys started yelling at the screen. And
you weren't there. You're speculating.
Yeah, these stupid white guys,
I'm sure that's what happened.
They should have known to keep their mouths shut. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that the white guys weren't yelling something else.
Yeah, maybe they were. Who knows what happened? But evidently the black people became very agitated. And that's your signal to leave.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, too.
Oh, unfortunate. Who cares? Listen, that's the life. You go into a theater. You're going to go see New Jack City. You look around the theater. If you see that it's a predominantly black audience, you leave. What's the matter with you?
The worst is to go to those movie theaters. They're like $2 or $1.
Oh, I would never
go. What are you doing there?
Yeah, I mean, what are you doing there?
$2, why not?
Yeah, $2.
Is that worth your life?
Yeah. Gee, you suffer $2, but you get your ass kicked. I don't know.
You got hospital bills to kill you.
Personally, I paid $25 to see a movie if I knew no one was going to beat me up. But, listen, sometimes you look at some of these new hot black filmmakers, and sometimes they count the success of the movie, not by ticket sales, but by how many people get killed in the theater.
They do.
A lot of them do. Are you kidding?
What I was going to say was we got a letter today from a guy who manages the movie theaters, and he said that it's really lucrative to work in theaters where you have a high black audience, because they get paid commissions on how many tickets they sell and how much candy and popcorn is sold. And the margin is really high in these black theaters, but they're run down because it doesn't pay to continually do all the repairs.
Well, listen, white people bring their own candy and stuff.
Right.
I'm not paying those kind of prices. I'll go right to the candy store. Black people go and they have a whole party.
$3 for snow caps?
Black guy goes, $7 for a milk dud? Okay.
No problem.
No problem. Yeah, you don't charge. You don't just charge black people, do you? You charge every kind of people? Oh, okay. All right, as long as you're not being racist. All right.
The guy said so they don't repair the $3,000 movie screen every time it gets broken or busted,
right.
And they don't repair the ripped out toilets. Now, who's ripping out toilets?
Listen, I told you, I grew up in a black community. You didn't realize, you didn't believe me. The Roosevelt movie theater not only had bullet holes in the screen, and people would sit there and shoot bullets, but people would rip out the seats. They would rip out toilet bowls.
How do you do that?
It's amazing. Very ingenious, but who couldn't, if that much vandalism...
Yeah, they say they don't fix it, because if they do, it'll be...
That's the Roosevelt movie theater.
Black Rage.
It is. It's part of Black Rage.
What about Raisinets in my night train?
$45 for Raisinets? That okay. It's the government's money. There you go.
$60 for a Kit Kat.
Hey, Howard.
But look, I mean, one movie I went to see when I was very young was James Bond, and I'm in the Roosevelt movie theater. A guy took a sink, ripped it out, and threw it through the screen. All right. So,
what scene?
I don't even remember. I was so scared.
James Bond. I thought this was a James Brown movie.
So I don't... Look, there is an attitude in the movies, and I'm not saying white people don't talk during the movie. There are white people who talk during the movies all the time. So, I'm just trying to calm everyone down out there. But I'm saying there is a predominance of anger in the movie theater.
Well, you know what this manager also wrote? He said there really isn't much of a problem when blacks are going to a movie theater or when whites are going to a movie theater. It's when the two cultures mix.
Right.
Is when you get a real... Yes. He said the fights start in the lobby. They don't even wait to get into the theater.
Well, even these...
the clash of cultures.
These so-called non-race films like Omen or something like this, and black people get angry at that. They do get mad during the filming of these, during the viewing of these movies. They're like, watch out! There's a bad person. I seen them. Get out of the house. They're a monster.
Look out. That's a scary tarantula attacking James Bond. I'm going to start a fire in my popcorn.
And then if you say to the guy, shh,
you better be far
You better be prepared to fight. Because, listen, at The Godfather, that's a white movie, Godfather, some black guys started Crossfire. They actually started shooting. They started
shooting when the shooting broke out in the movie.
And I believe the usher, some dumb usher got hit because what usher would, for $4 an hour, would you go break up black people fighting? I wouldn't.
You're going to turn to me and tell me, listen, part of your job is you got to go tell that black guy over there to shut up. What? I thought I'm going to be here. I thought I'm going to just take tickets. No, that gentleman over there is making noise. You have to go over and tell him to get out of the theater. I'm going to go do that? Are you crazy?
Mercenary.
What?
Like a mercenary.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You should be looking in Soldier of Fortune magazine for these ushers.
Well, you were in the movie theater, Robin. You were telling me a story that Robin went to the movies, and a guy was making he was getting in a fight, and they told the usher go over and quiet him down. The usher got beat up, and then they had to bring in what?
Security guards from the mall or something.
And then finally the police to drag him out. So it was very bad.
It was like 3 waves came in to try to get this guy.
You want to talk to a guy from Cleveland who claims to have been at the riot?
All right, let me hear. Hey, guy, I'm going to go.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. The Howard Show, the E-Show's great this week.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Okay, man. Yeah, the birthday show's all this week. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, I was at the theater where that happened.
Yeah.
For real, though? I mean, you're not pulling my leg?
No, I'm being serious.
Okay.
We went, it was me and 2 of my buddies and this girl. And
what movie was it?
It was Higher Learning.
And what time did you go?
We went at night. I don't remember exactly the time. But
what time at night?
Yeah,
You don't know what time? You don't know what time at night the movie was going on?
It was like 8 or 10 o'clock.
Got jive, Robin?
It was the 8 o'clock show, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. In any event, we were going into like Shaker Heights, which is kind of a wider area, but the nearest movie theater is in a black area, and we went into the movie theater. And
but why would you go?
Why did you have to see Higher Learning?
Yeah,
why are you going to see that?
Because I don't know. I like Ice Cube, and I like John Singleton. I like Poetic Justice, and those other movies that he did. I like Boys in the Hood. I think they're interesting.
Really?
It was dumb to see it.
Yeah, but isn't it better to see it on video where you can see it, at home?
Or a white theater when they finally get to it?
Well, frankly, I mean, where I am, there aren't any white. It's just not the way it works.
You don't have white theater.
No, they do, but they don't have that.
Wait, no wonder a lot of people don't live in Cleveland. We have white
theaters. They don't have that movie there, though. So
all right, go ahead, yeah.
We go in there and we sit down, and it's like a few minutes into the movie, and as soon as the lights go down, you see like these bottles of 40s go up,
Were there a lot of people? Were there a lot of people in the?
It was mobbed, absolutely mobbed.
All right, and what was it? Was it predominantly black audience?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and we're sitting there, and we're nervous,
You hear what he's saying? They brought their malt liquor.
Yeah.
40s are 40-ounce bottles of malt liquor.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, everyone brought malt liquor.
Yeah. They stuck them in.
Well, if I hear cans popping, I'm out of there. Bottles. Right.
Yeah, and so they all you see them
you
go
couldn't
up.
hear the cans popping, so no one knew to leave. Did you get nervous when you see black people drinking in the theater?
Yes.
I mean, there's going to be trouble.
It was really weird, but I mean, they concealed them pretty well, I guess, because I had no idea.
Yeah.
And so they started drinking and everything, and like a few minutes into the theater, we were sitting in the back, and the way it happened was in the front. It was like in the front of the theater. A fight breaks out. And
you didn't hear anybody yell anything?
No, I didn't hear any yelling or anything. I heard some talking, but they were talking a lot through the whole movie.
Right.
And so then it was like the second row, and these 2 guys started fighting.
Were they talking to the movie or talking to each other?
The people around me were talking to the movie and stuff, And then
this is a movie business.
Maybe it was a black Siskel and Ebert, and they were disagreeing about it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and so then these guys in the front row start fighting.
Fist fighting.
Yeah.
Now was the movie particularly upsetting? That were there white people?
Was it a part
that
was upsetting?
Yeah, they talked about there's a Nazi group in it and everything.
Right. So were the black people yelling at the Nazis?
Yeah, they were, and it's totally a separation.
But that's kind of fun. I mean, it adds a flavor.
You got to get into it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun if you can rent it and take it home. I think.
Right, I think so. All right, so everyone started fighting. So the 2 guys start fighting.
The 2 guys start fighting and going at it and everything, and we're we didn't know what to do, and everybody starts from the front of the theater starts running out of the theater. It was like a mob scene or something, and people were getting trampled almost,
Right.
And they're ducking. They had their arms over their heads, and they were ducking and running really low because they thought they were going to get shot.
Wow.
And we didn't. I mean, we had no idea what to do. And we're like, no. I mean, we just got out as fast as we could.
So how do white guys get involved?
They just. How do white guys get involved? What do you mean?
No, were there any white guys?
No.
So no white people were involved?
Not really.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Oh, okay.
So it was just 2 black guys beating each other.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's no big deal. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's just a Saturday night.
I don't know about that, but
Oh, you mean it wasn't a racial incident?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
It was funny
economical phenomenon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Thanks very much, Howard.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, there you have it. Another night in a movie theater.
What would they be fighting about? I thought they were supposed to be a gripping film.
I don't know.
Amazing.
When I first started talking about this, everyone said, "Oh, I don't mean it to sound racist or something, but I did grow up in a black neighborhood, and the movie theater had to be. It was a really nice movie theater, but really a lot of black people used to shoot at the screen. They had BB guns, etc.
I don't understand.
And
they never thought of putting the metal detectors up then.
No, this was 30 years ago. I don't even know if they had.
Pat down the audience.
I don't even think they had metal detectors.
You frisk them then.
Yeah.
Get the guns off of them.
It just, you know what? That would have been considered so wrong back then to frisk. It just wasn't. It was just, you know what it was? The movie theater owner, I remember he's an old guy, independent guy. He just threw his arms up and said, "I can't do business here anymore," and he left. And it was kind of sad because there was nowhere to go see movies. There was no VCRs or anything.
Yeah.
So it sucked. And it was a nice little theater, but a lot of the black people got upset at the movie. I don't know. And they wanted to go to the movies. The movies were packed all the time.
Well, that's the thing. It seems like a lot of black people like to go to the movies.
They want to go.
Why do they have such a terrible time when they're there?
I don't know. Things happen.
It started a long time ago. There was a film called Sweetback's Badass Song.
Yeah, but these are just, I'm not even talking about black films. It was just white films. And then
what did Billy mean?
I don't know. No, I don't know. It's Billy's going to take me down a road I don't want to go.
No, it was a movie that kind of got everybody agitated.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah. Billy's going to take me down the road. Do little funny voices. All right, go ahead. Yeah, anyway, right. Yeah, no content. All right, just scream like. All right. So, Bill, I told you, don't look at me. Okay, good. All right. Go back to California. All right. So,
you going for it, too? What you frisk me?
Read what Jackie writes. Okay. Anyway, so, all right. Anyway.
No, you were saying that they used to shoot out the screens.
Yeah.
And they like to go to the movies, but...
It was terrible, because I remember my father used to say to me, it's terrible. Everybody wants to go to the movies, and yet everyone's tearing down the movie theater.
Yeah.
So I realized this phenomena, and it has grown to the point where it's an outrageous situation, because I know where my parents go to the movies now is a metal... They insist on going to this...
I'm going to go with them one of these
There's
days.
a metal detector.
Just to see what's happening out there now, because I haven't been to that movie. It used to be my favorite theater.
Yeah, Valley Stream.
And I haven't been there in a long time.
It's funny, too, because my parents are like two old white people.
And they're still trying.
And they still go, but and they have to be patted. What is it?
Want to talk to a black guy who was at the theater?
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello, sir?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So you were at the theater?
I was at the theater at the Severance Center.
Now, what happened?
Okay. You could tell it was going to be some mess when we were standing in line.
Go ahead.
Okay. They were acting the fool in the line.
Who?
The two guys.
The two guys that was fighting down front.
I see.
And it was like, you knew it was going to be a confrontation sooner.
Right, and you know what? And who needs that kind of aggravation to go to the movies?
Get those people out of there in the first
place. Oh, yeah, you get them out. Oh, why? Listen to that question.
Yeah.
Why don't they just get those people out of there?
Yeah.
Because the second let's say the movie theater owner calls the cops on them.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you racist.
Right.
Man, what you doing, man? I'm standing right here, man, minding my own damn business. Now I'm going in that mother.
You sound like an older gentleman, a reasonable man. You didn't say anything to these guys?
Oh, yeah.
All I got is 7 shots.
Right. Your gun only has 7 bullets? Oh, all right, yeah. Those guys could have been carrying automatic weapons.
Right, they'd have hooked me up, too, and then I was with my wife and everything, but, I mean...
So did you have to carry a gun into the theater?
No.
No, all right, go ahead, all right.
I'm just a figure state.
Some people,
yeah, some people do, but...
I'm pretty paranoid myself.
The older people, we wanted to see the movie, but the older people, we sitting in the back, you have your wives that were mixed in, they try to sit with an older couple, I say, well, that old man,
You know what he's saying?
No, you have to interpret.
He said the whites try to find the older black people and sit near them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like to look like you're friends with them, and like maybe no one will bother you, and they'll stick up for you. Because like sometimes an older black guy can say to one of these young kids, "Shut up, you fool," something like that.
Yeah. Right. But I've said that. I've turned around and say, look.
So all the white people were congregating around you?
Yeah, and a couple of older.
You know what? That's funny you say that because that's the move I always make. If I see like an old black couple in a predominantly black audience, and I haven't been with a black audience in a long time. I don't need that. So life's too short. Exactly. So I always go around where like an older kind of black guy is.
But like you said, it was a rush from the front. You know, everybody was getting out of the way. Right. You know, so I was like, told my wife, let's just get up against the wall, you know, and lay low. Let that first wave go.
This is a movie. You try to watch a movie and relax.
This is worse than Japan and an earthquake.
Yeah, people that's why New Yorkers don't give a rat's ass that the Japanese are dead on an earthquake.
Came out, I was so pissed, I was going to go ask for my money back. I missed the whole damn show. It was just like, yesterday listening to you, it was like, you know, I told my wife, I said, from now on, I said, I'm not going to the show anymore.
That's it. Sit home.
Unless it comes on video where I can sit in my front room, have my beer.
Of course.
And somebody speaks up and tell them, shut the hell up.
Right, of course.
Go to your room.
What do you need aggravation for? You're a hard-working guy. You don't need that.
I would pay for it to come on pay-per-view where I can sit with.
Exactly.
We're ready to lock ourselves in. Is that what we're saying?
Oh, ready? I've done it already. You should see how I'm bolted in. I got the kids, the wife, everybody bolted in. I'm ready for anybody. You can't bother me. Listen, I think the greatest invention is this videotape.
Yeah.
And I tell you something, I sit there like a prince.
You don't see movies in these rough...
Absolutely
but,
not.
I mean, if you want to see the first run and everyone's talking about the movie,
right.
And then, two, I missed the whole point of the movie because of the talking to it. I mean...
Of course.
I mean, you know...
Yelling at the theater.
Yeah.
Why are these people putting dialogue in the movie?
I don't know.
Leave it to the audience.
Let's have music.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, my friend.
They tend to be quiet when the music comes on.
Right.
You know?
Well, I know Spike Lee always has a music track on the
Lots of music.
A lot of music.
Don't let it get too pumping, then they'll start dancing and playing with it.
That's right.
I mean, it's, you know, you have to look...
Hey, by the way, let me say something. This man on the phone, I don't know if you recognize what this is no Uncle Tom. This is Louis Farrakhan. This is Minister Farrakhan himself. Right. Speak. Say it. This is a hard-working gentleman.
No, I'm a hard-working man. I'm 45 years old. I work every day. I mean, you know, I was out there.
I was in
the war.
Just want to live your life.
I was in the war. You know, hey, I'm home. I'm trying to, you know, maintain my frame of mind. You know, hey.
You're just having flashbacks. These people haven't even been to war.
Hey,
I like that. I'm trying to maintain my frame of mind. That's me too, man.
Sometimes they push that button too low, you know, and you would say, like, okay, you want to sit back and say, look here, bro. Yeah. And they come at you, well, look here, bro, can I? No, look.
Yeah, it's a whole situation. It's a whole situation.
You know, and then they, you know, if you speak out against it, it's like, you know, they don't say you're Uncle Tom, you know, they don't use that anymore, you know.
What do they call you now?
What do they call you?
What was that? One of my kids was telling me, you know, I have to get interpreters on the new sayings.
Right.
You know.
But it was like...
Jake, this is Jake or something, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, or he'd be jocking.
Jocking.
Yeah, jocking.
Yeah, in other words, if you say, hey, listen, I'd like to hear the movie, then you're then you're acting like the white man.
Yeah, you jocking.
I hear you.
Why you be jocking, man?
Right.
You know.
All right, well, listen, whatever. Okay, hey, listen. Hey, thanks for the call.
Okay.
All right, there he is.
Good luck.
Louis Farrakhan.
At your next movie.
Listen.
Hey, look at that, but you go out with your wife on a Saturday night, you have to tell her to get against the wall.
Right. Honey, lay low over there. I'll scope out what's going on. Lay low. And you notice nobody from the theater can step in because there's no guy working in a movie theater who wants to risk his life. I would not.
Why would you? That is stupid.
Imagine you get a job as an usher. Guy says, go break that up. Imagine.
Break what up? There's a wall of people coming towards you.
I like the white guys, though, who get pissed off. They won't say anything, but they're gonna walk out of the theater and tell the usher.
Yeah.
Now, walking out of the theater is a whole experience in itself because you're waiting for other white people to get up and start walking out of the theater. But if you're the first one to walk out right away, you're going to be spotted. You're going to get your ass kicked after the movie. So how do you walk out without looking like you're
the guy going to tell?
That's the secret. So you get up. You're like, I'm going to go get some candy.
You're making it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You want anything? And some of the poorer neighborhoods now, they actually keep the lights on during the movie.
Yeah, can't even see the.
Yeah, they have spotlights, but if you're sitting on anywhere in the vicinity of them, you're blinded by the bright spotlights.
I'll tell you how bad it's gotten. If there's a technical problem with the film, you know, like you can't hear it or it's blurry.
Oh boy.
People won't even get up to go tell anybody then.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid they'll be caught and they'll think that they were also talking.
I heard one theater in Cleveland, actually, is going to... This sounds a little wild. I can't believe they're going to do it. They're going to put electricity in each seat and jolt the people talking. Third warning, you electrocute them. How's that?
And all the movie theaters now have made these elaborate production pieces to explain how important it is to be quiet.
Yeah.
And it's falling on deaf ears.
It's like 10 minutes of the before the movie comes on.
Yeah, it's all the rules of how you're supposed to watch a movie.
And they try to make it cool. If you notice, some of them even have like cool black people telling you to keep quiet.
Yeah. I think the guy who tells you to keep quiet is the black guy.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know what, and the funny how Hollywood has to handle it. They have a movie theater full of white people going crazy and they're talking. And then a black guy stands up and goes, "Hey, I'm trying to hear this movie. You all shut up." And he's like, "Oh, okay, we get it." Yeah.
Try to maintain your frame of mind.
All right, thank you. Listen, that's enough of that conversation. We've had that 3 days in a row.
An incredible conversation.
Yeah. Gary was telling me something about a movie theater. I don't know if I want to continue the discussion, though, but what were you saying about your buddies?
Well, I was just saying, when I was growing up on Long Island, we'd go to the movies, 2 or 3 times a week. And
Long Island's weird, because on the South Shore where I grew up, I don't think there's a movie theater you can actually go see movies anymore. I wouldn't go to the Valley Stream movie theater, and I wouldn't go to the Roosevelt Field.
You can go to Rockville Center.
Yeah, I think that one's okay.
Still.
I wouldn't go to the Roosevelt Field one because your car will get stolen.
Well, Green Acres is supposedly the #1 place for car theft, like, in the state.
Yeah, and plus that's the place where they had to put in the metal detectors, don't they?
Right.
Right. Now, you can go to probably Rockville Center. There's the ones out in East Meadow.
I don't know. Is East Meadow all right?
There's Levittown, but I haven't been there in a while. But what I was saying is, when I grew up there, we'd always go, and then when I moved into the city and I go out on weekends, my friends would say, "Let's go to the movies," and little by little, our choices were less. All of a sudden, we're not going to Green Acres, we're not going to Roosevelt Field, and their big incident was the last time they went to Green Acres, they went to see A Soldier Story, and they were the only white people in the theater.
They went to see A Soldier Story?
Yeah.
In where? In Green Acres? Ooh, that's before the metal detectors.
Right.
That's living dangerous.
Wow. I would never go see that. I mean, are people losing their common sense?
There's not one white person in that movie.
Just like people who jog at midnight in Central Park. Don't do it. How much more clear can I be about spelling it out?
Yeah, you have to go further and further out on Long Island.
You have to go to Patchogue to see a movie
theater you can go to.
Yeah. Well, I actually take a ferry when I'm out there, and I get to a movie theater in Connecticut.
I think the only thing that'll be left is
I cross the Long Island Sound.
You'll have to show them on the side of the lighthouse.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Because a lot of black people do get upset in the theaters. It's really true. That's why I take the ferry, because I tell you, it's a whole different scene over there.
The whole water thing?
No, I know it. I know it for a fact. I see what happens.
I can't even argue with you.
I know. I want to argue with me.
Really, I can't even argue
I know.
with you.
I don't understand it.
Every time you start this rap, this is like 3 days this week now, black people call in the back in the office, and they're just like, he's going to start that again, stereotyping everybody.
I don't mean everybody. I know there are people
You know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, come on. How come Hempstead, Long Island had to close down the movie theater? That was a beautiful movie theater. Incredible. And they had to call the Calderon concert theater. They had to close down.
Right.
Any kind of theater situation seems to get people riled up.
But the Calderon was beautiful. I mean, it's this old theater, and it was like a 2,000-seater.
Yeah.
All the greatest movies.
All gone.
Now it just sits there.
Seats ripped out. I know a guy flies to Sweden to see movies.
Is it still okay over there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Who this?
Cash.App, $milkcratemarauder. Venmo, @milkcratemarauder.
You stupid bastard.